I'm Frank. I'm 86 years old, and for the past 40 years, I've watched my friends kill themselves with food, one meal at a time. The same meals I used to eat, the same meals most of you are probably eating right now. I changed what I ate in my mid-40s. After a doctor's warning scared me straight, my friends didn't. They kept eating the same way we always had. And now they're all gone, and I'm still here. And I need to tell you what killed them before it kills you too. I buried my best friend Joe last month. Heart attack at 72. Before him, it was Tommy at 68. Stroke, before that, Bill at 71. Diabetes complications. Before that, Mike at 69. Another heart attack. I'm 86 years old, and I've watched almost every man I grew up with die before they reached 75. And I know exactly why they died. And I didn't. It wasn't genetics. It wasn't luck. It was what we ate. Joe, Tommy, Bill, Mike, and me. We grew up together in Pittsburgh in the 1940s and 50s. We went to the same schools, played on the same baseball teams, worked in the same factories. We did everything together, including eating the same food. That's just what you did back then. Meat and potatoes every night. Big breakfasts with eggs and bacon. White bread with everything. Dessert after dinner. Bite on weekends. We thought we were eating well because we were eating a lot. When we were young, it didn't matter. We were working physical jobs, moving all day, burning it off. But somewhere in our 30s and 40s, things started to change. We weren't moving as much. We were sitting at desks more, driving instead of walking. But we kept eating the same way. Actually, we were eating more because we were making more money. Bigger steaks, more processed foods, fast food becoming normal instead of a treat. I remember the day everything changed for me. I was 44 years old, felt fine, went for a routine physical. Doctor did some blood work and called me back in. My cholesterol was over 280. My blood pressure was 160/100. He told me I was a heart attack, waiting to happen. He said if I didn't change what I ate, I'd be dead before 60. I laughed at him, told him I felt great. He didn't laugh back. He said, Frank, feeling fine doesn't mean you are fine. Your body is screaming for help. You just can't hear it yet. He gave me a list of foods to stop eating and foods to start eating. I looked at that list and got angry. Everything I loved was on the stop list. Everything I didn't want to eat was on the start list. I went home and threw the list away, kept eating the same way for another 2 weeks. Then I couldn't stop thinking about what he said. Dead before 60. I had a wife, 2 young kids. I pulled that crumpled list out of the trash and actually read it. The foods to stop were everything I ate, every single day. Red meat more than once or twice a week. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, deli meat, fried foods, white bread, white rice, white pasta, sugary drinks and desserts, heavy dairy, anything that came in a package with ingredients I couldn't pronounce. I remember thinking, what's left? What am I supposed to eat? Grass. But I was scared. So I started making changes. Small ones at first. I switched from white bread to whole wheat. I started eating oatmeal for breakfast instead of eggs and bacon. I cut red meat down to twice a week and started eating more chicken and fish. I added vegetables to every dinner, even though I hated most of them at first. I stopped drinking soda. I learned to cook with less butter and oil. Nothing radical, nothing extreme, just steady, consistent changes. My friends noticed. We'd go out to dinner, and I'd order grilled fish, while they ordered steaks and loaded baked potatoes. They'd give me grief about it, call me the health nut, ask if I was on a diet, make jokes about rabbit food. Joe would say, Frank, we're gonna die anyway. Might as well enjoy the food. I'd laugh it off. But inside, I was thinking about that doctor's warning. Within 6 months, my cholesterol dropped 60 points. My blood pressure went back to normal. I lost 30 pounds without even trying. I felt better than I had in years. More energy, better sleep, clearer head. I told my friends about it, showed them my new blood work numbers. They were impressed. Said that's great. Frank, good for you. But not one of them changed what they ate. They kept eating the same way. Mike was the first to go. He was 69. We were supposed to meet for coffee one Saturday morning. He didn't show up. His wife found him in the garage. Massive heart attack. Dead before the ambulance arrived. At his funeral, I remember looking at his 3 kids and thinking, he should have had another 20 years with them. He should have met his grandkids. But he ate himself into an early grave. And now he's gone. I tried not to think about the food. Tried to tell myself it was just his time. Just bad luck. But I couldn't stop thinking about all those dinners we'd had together over the years. Mike always ordered the biggest steak on the menu. Always had fries with everything. Always had dessert. Always had seconds at home. He'd joke about his belly, slap it, and laugh. We all laughed. But his body wasn't laughing. It was keeping score. Bill went next. 2 years later. 71 years old. Stroke. He survived, but was never the same. Couldn't talk right. Couldn't walk without help. Spent his last 3 years in a nursing home. I visited him every week. He'd look at me with these frustrated eyes, trying to tell me something but unable to get the words out. I'd hold his hand, and we'd just sit there. I kept thinking about all the meals we'd shared. All the times I'd suggested ordering something healthier, and he'd say, "Nah, you only live once." Tommy lasted a bit longer. He made it to 68. Diabetes finally got him. He'd been diagnosed in his late 50s, but didn't take it seriously. Kept eating the same way. Just took the pills the doctor gave him. Pills can't fix a bad diet. They can manage it for a while, but eventually your body gives up. Tommy lost feeling in his feet first. Then his eyesight started going. Then his kidneys failed. The last time I saw him in the hospital, he squeezed my hand and whispered, "You were right, Frank. I should have listened." He died 3 days later. Joe was the hardest. He was my best friend since we were 7 years old. We did everything together for almost 70 years. Joe was the one who gave me the most grief about changing my diet. He'd say I was being paranoid, that the doctors just wanted to scare people into buying health food. He'd point to his grandfather, who lived to 90 eating bacon every day, like that one exception proved something. Joe had his first heart attack at 65, survived it, got a stent. Doctor told him the same things my doctor had told me 20 years earlier. Joe nodded along, then went right back to eating the same way. He had his second heart attack at 68, more serious this time. More damage to his heart. Doctor said point blank, "Joe, if you don't change your diet, you won't make it to 70. Joe finally started making some changes, but it was half-hearted. He'd eat a salad for lunch, then have a huge steak for dinner. He'd switch to diet soda, but still eat ice cream every night. He was negotiating with his body, trying to find the minimum he could do and still survive. It doesn't work that way. Last month, Joe called me on a Sunday morning, said he wasn't feeling great, some chest pain, but didn't want to bother anyone. I told him to call 911 immediately. He said he'd see how he felt in an hour. That was the last conversation we ever had. His wife found him an hour later. Third heart attack. He didn't survive this one. He was 72 years old. I stood at Joe's funeral and looked around at the people there. His kids, all in their 40s, already overweight, already eating the same way their father did. His grandkids, teenagers, eating fast food and drinking energy drinks. And I realized Joe didn't just kill himself with food. He modeled that behavior for 2 more generations. They watched him eat that way for their entire lives. They think it's normal. They think it's just how you eat. And unless something changes, I'll be going to their funerals too. Here's what I need you to understand. The food that killed my friends is the same food most people eat every single day and think nothing of it. It's normalized. It's everywhere. It's easy. It tastes good in the moment, but it's slowly poisoning you, and you won't realize it until it's too late. Red meat, particularly processed red meat, is one of the biggest culprits. I'm not saying never eat a steak. I'm saying if you're eating red meat every single day, multiple times a day, you're setting yourself up for heart disease. The saturated fat, the cholesterol, the compounds created when you cook meat at high temperatures, they're all contributing to plaque buildup in your arteries. My friends ate red meat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bacon in the morning, deli meat at lunch, steak or burgers for dinner. Every single day, for decades. Processed foods are killing people faster than anything else. If it comes in a box or a bag, with a list of ingredients you can't pronounce, your body doesn't know what to do with it. Your body is designed to process real food. Vegetables, fruits, whole grains, lean proteins. When you eat something that's been engineered in a factory, loaded with preservatives and artificial flavors and excessive sodium and sugar, your body has to work overtime to deal with it. Do that every day, for 30, 40, 50 years, and your organs start to fail. Sugar is the silent killer, not just candy and desserts. Sugar is hidden in everything: bread, pasta sauce, salad dressing, crackers, supposedly healthy cereals and granola bars. Americans eat an average of 77 grams of sugar a day. That's nearly 20 teaspoons. Your body is not designed to handle that. It leads to insulin resistance, diabetes, obesity, heart disease. All of my friends who died were eating massive amounts of sugar without even realizing it, because they didn't think about the sugar in their pasta sauce, or their ketchup, or their bread. Fried foods were a staple for us. French fries, fried chicken, fried fish, onion rings, mozzarella sticks, anything you can bread and deep fry. That oil, especially when it's reused and reheated, creates trans fats and other compounds that are toxic to your cardiovascular system. Bill, the one who had the stroke, he ate fried food almost every single day. Breakfast from a fast food place, fried chicken for dinner, fried appetizers when we went out. His arteries never had a chance. And portion sizes. This is huge. We were eating portions that were 2 or 3 times what a human body actually needs. Restaurants serve massive plates of food, and we think that's normal. It's not. Your stomach is about the size of your fist. When you're eating until you're stuffed, when you're going back for seconds and thirds, you're training your body to expect that much food. You're stretching your stomach. You're overworking your digestive system. You're consuming way more calories than you need. All of my friends were big eaters, proud of it, could finish a whole pizza, a whole rack of ribs. I used to be the same way. Here's what I changed, and why I'm still alive, while they're not. I eat real food, things that grew in the ground or on a tree, things that had a mother, not things that were made in a factory. My breakfast is oatmeal with fruit and nuts, not instant oatmeal loaded with sugar, real oats. My lunches and dinners are built around vegetables, whole grains and lean protein, chicken breast, fish, beans, lentils. I eat red meat, maybe once a week, and when I do, it's a small portion, not the entire center of the meal. I cut out almost all processed foods. I shop the perimeter of the grocery store, produce, meat counter, dairy. I avoid the middle aisles where all the packaged processed junk lives. If I can't identify every ingredient on the label, I don't buy it. If it has more than 5 ingredients, I think twice. If sugar is in the top 3 ingredients, I put it back. I watch my portions. I use smaller plates. I eat slowly. I stop when I'm satisfied, not when I'm stuffed. This was the hardest change. Honestly, I was so used to eating until I couldn't eat anymore. But your body doesn't need that much food. It really doesn't. When I started eating appropriate portions, I lost weight. I felt lighter. I had more energy. I stopped getting that heavy, tired feeling after meals. I cut way down on salt. High blood pressure killed or contributed to killing most of my friends. And excessive sodium is a massive contributor to high blood pressure. When I stopped eating processed foods, my sodium intake dropped dramatically, because that's where most sodium hides, in packaged foods, restaurant meals, fast food. When you cook your own food from scratch, you control the salt. I stay hydrated. I drink water. That's it. Water. Not soda. Not juice. Not energy drinks. Water. Your kidneys need water to function. Your heart needs water to pump blood efficiently. Your brain needs water to think clearly. Most people walk around chronically dehydrated and don't realize it. They're drinking everything except water, and their bodies are struggling. And I move. This isn't just about food, though food is the biggest factor. I walk every single day, have for 40 years, even now at 86. I walk at least 30 minutes a day. sometimes an hour. Movement keeps your cardiovascular system working, keeps your joints flexible, keeps your mind sharp. My friends stopped moving in their 50s and 60s. They retired and sat in their recliners, sat in front of TVs, sat in cars. The human body isn't designed to sit for 12 hours a day. It's designed to move. I'm not special. I'm not genetically superior to my friends. We came from the same place, same families, same environment. The only difference between me at 86 and them dead in their 60s and 70s is what we chose to put in our bodies every single day, for decades. That's it. That's the entire difference. I think about Joe a lot, about that last phone call, the chest pain he dismissed, about all the meals we shared over 70 years, about all the times I tried to tell him what I'd learned, and he'd brush it off. I'm not angry at him. I'm sad. Sad that he's gone. Sad that his grandkids are growing up without him. Sad that he had at least 10, maybe 15 more good years he could have had if he just changed what was on his plate. If you're watching this and you're eating the way I used to eat, the way my friends ate until it killed them, please hear me. You're not invincible. You're not the exception. You can't outrun a bad diet. You can't take enough pills to fix what food is breaking. Your body will tolerate the abuse for years, maybe decades, and then one day it won't. And when that day comes, it might be too late. You don't have to be perfect. I'm not perfect. I still have a burger occasionally. I still have birthday cake at celebrations. But those are exceptions, not the rule. My daily eating is clean, simple, real food, and that consistency over decades is what's kept me alive. I'm 86 years old. I walk without assistance. I drive. I think clearly. I take 2 medications, both low doses. I have more energy now than I did at 50, when I was eating garbage and carrying an extra 40 pounds. I'm not lucky. I made a choice 40 years ago to change what I ate, and I stuck with it. My friends made a different choice. I'm still here. They're not. Don't wait for the doctor to scare you. Don't wait for the heart attack, the stroke, the diabetes diagnosis. Don't wait until it's too late to undo the damage. Change what you eat now, today, this meal. Start small if you need to, but start. Your body is keeping score every single day, every single meal, and one day the bill comes due. I've buried too many friends. I don't want to bury any more, and I don't want your families to bury you before your time. The food you're eating might taste good now, but it's not worth dying for. Trust me. I've seen what happens when you keep eating like nothing matters. It matters. It's the thing that matters most.